girl, nobody owes you anything. You must work for what you want. And I was like, what? Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Kindness and I film from Vilnius, Lithuania. Today, I would like to share with you lessons that you can learn from failing or disappointment and how you can turn that to money. So let's jump right into the video. In my welcome back video, you would have heard me mention that I didn't graduate in time when I was supposed to graduate with my classmates, and I had to take an extra time to graduate. There are so many stories behind that, and I can get into that, but that will be long. The truth or the final conclusion is that I didn't graduate because my dissertation was not completely up to the standard of my supervisor and the university, which meant I had to defer my graduation to a later time. But here are the lessons that I learned. The number one lesson that I learned is you must be honest with yourself. You must be truthful to yourself. You know where you are in life. You know why you are there. And this, if you don't know yet, you must sit down and ask yourself this question. How did I get myself here? How come I'm here? Instead of crying, why me? Oh, why me? Why me? No, you can actually identify the reason why you're here by sitting down and checking the track to see how you found yourself here. And when you've identified that, there is a way out and you can do better. So when you've identified this, you can go on to the next step. The next one is desiring to do better. You must desire to do better. Without this desire, that's the first place to start with, wanting to do better, desiring to do better. And when you desire to do better, then you go on to do better. I remember Maya Angelou said something: start from where you are with what you can do, and when you know better, you do better. You've identified where you are now. All the things you've done has brought you here. Now, how do we go on to a better place? Is really desiring to do better. When you desire to do better, now you want to do better. Now you're inspired to find resources that will help you do better. Now you want to speak to people that are already doing better in that area. You want to read, you want to learn, and you want to practice the things that have made them better. And you have to do better because something must have brought you here with this particular thing, and you have a responsibility now to take it to do better. Whatever you sow is what you would reap. If you sow consistency, you reap consistency. If you sow excellence, you reap excellence. If you sow laziness, you're just gonna reap it. You're just gonna reap it. So find out what you are sowing, or what can you start sowing now that you've identified where you are and how you can do better, and start sowing that if you want to reap it in return, and remain consistent. When you've identified this, remain consistent. For me, that required, in my time, I had to do better by choosing to get resources that will help me do better. I changed a supervisor, and that meant I had to speak up. I had to say, no, I'm not going to continue with this person because I want to do better now, and I need a supervisor that would help me do better. And I spoke up, got a new supervisor, and I went on to the next step. The third lesson that I learned is that nobody owes you anything. I know you'll be out here saying, but I have friends, they owe me this. They have to support me. Yeah, your friends would support you, but when they cannot, you must remember that nobody owes you anything. I remember writing my sister during the time of my degree. Shout out to my sister, God bless you, girl. I wrote her and I said, hey, I'm going through this. My friends can do this, but nobody seems to be helping me. And she said to me, girl, nobody owes you anything. You must work for what you want. And I was like, what? These people, they're in my life. They need to help me. What? And my sister like, no, you need to work for what you want. The truth is that sometimes your friends can support you, but sometimes they cannot come true for you, and that is absolutely okay. You must love them regardless. If somebody doesn't come true for you one time, you can't just cancel culture. They did it one time, but what about all the other times they've been there for you? And you must remember that. And for me, I had to remember that, and I realized as well that nobody owes me anything, and I must work towards my goals, and I must work towards the things that I need to do. And if help comes, thank God. If help doesn't come, it should not in any way, shape, or form determine the outcome of my goals. It should not determine the results that I gain, or the results that I get from doing what I ought to do. Okay, so remember, nobody owes you something. You must put in work, you must do the work. This is your responsibility, and you must put in the work. There is no negotiation, there is no shortcut to it. You must put in the work. When you've done that, when you've realized that, you start putting in the work, and now you're producing results, you're bearing fruits. My people, you show up excellent. Show up excellent. Yes, I mean, dress up, show up excellent. Yes, yes, yes. This would change the game for you, because the way you dress is the way people address you. That's just the truth. That's how, because men are looking at the outer world appearance, and they're going to address you the way they see you. So when you've put in the work, I remember showing up for my dissertation defense. Girl, my friends, I was not looking like I didn't put in work. I came prepared. I'm sure those professors, those supervisors and professors must have been like, we know she put in the work there because of the way she was looking, because I knew I had done the work. I knew from the front cover to the last page of that paper, and you couldn't ask me anything that I wouldn't know in that paper. But why? That's because I had already done the work. You must do the work. I had identified where I was. I had put in the work, done the research, became a better writer, and now realizing that nobody owes me anything, I have responsibility to take care of myself, and now I'm here looking like a snake, like a whole meal. So you must show up prepared. You must show up as someone that put in the work. When you show up for a proposal, you don't just show up like, I don't know what I'm doing. No, I don't know, looking like you are below. Nah, fam. Not when you've done the work. You gotta show up correct. People. Show up correct. And you can really show up correct when you've done the work. This will give you a satisfaction and fulfillment. I promise you. Do the work. And when you are dressing up to show up correct. I'm counting on you. And when you've done all this, you've identified where you are, you've taken the steps to do better, you've realized that work responsibility is upon you to do better, because the truth is that God actually expects you to do better. God wants you to do better. He's rooting for you. The world, when we go to Maldives, you're like, oh my God, this place is phenomenal. It is beautiful, gorgeous. Yeah, that's because God made it gorgeous, and people then took what God has done to make it even better. So that's what God expects for you to do. He already gave you a standard of doing great and better things, and you now take that responsibility, or take that thing that He has already put inside of you to perform excellently, and you start putting it to work and produce excellent results. And when you've done all this, you've done all the work, put in the work, showing up excellent, speaking well, doing whatever it is, learning the things that you need to learn, becoming a better person, you gotta turn it to money. You gotta turn it to money, people, because after all that, you better know, I mean, this is Rich Gang fam, yeah? I had to turn my now writing, from me going to not liking to write, to now writing professionally, I had to turn it to a business. Yes, I now offer writing services to people. I mean, I can go into the details of that business, but I am so happy for that challenge and for that disappointment in the time. I went from not liking how to write to now becoming a professional writer, and a better writer, and just a better person. As I speak to you, I don't see any impossibility, because I know that when you put your mind to do something, there is a result ahead of you, and that result, you'll be satisfied and feel accomplished that you've done something useful for yourself, and you would see yourself in a different light. You won't see yourself as somebody that is not capable. You will see yourself as somebody that is powerful, somebody that is that is able to do whatever they set their minds to. So it really pays not just to make money, but also you seeing yourself in a different light. And of course, you gotta make money, because we are the Rich Gang fam. Hey, we are the Rich Gang fam. So of course, we gotta make money. So when you come through with your challenge, you need to put down the paper. Like, this is what we did, this is where we are, and how can we turn this to money? There are so many stories of businesses that have resulted from failures, from disappointment, or not being able to find a product or service around them, and they've literally created phenomenal businesses out of it. So if you're in a challenge now, don't feel bad. Don't ask yourself, why am I here? What brought me here? A problem comes to the person with the solution. That's just it. A problem can only come to you when you have the solution. It's when you start believing that the solution is already inside of you that you begin to see that problem in a different light. You begin to see that this is me bringing solution to people. Because the truth is that when you've come through that challenge, when you meet the next person who has the same challenge, you know exactly what to tell them. You know how to guide them and how to advise them. But you must have come through it correct. You must have come through it successfully. So if you're in a challenge now or in a situation, don't feel bad. Don't feel sad. You are there for a reason and you must get something out of it. You must turn this into a business. You must, not a must, but you must turn this for, benefit of others, not just for yourself. So don't be sad anymore. Don't be upset with where you are. You can do better. I am counting on you, and I pray over you now that strength and the wisdom of God be upon you, that you know how to go about your affairs, and that whatever challenge you are in, that you have the wisdom to come out of it and to do better in every area. I pray for the Holy Spirit to guide you and to encourage you, and that you are emboldened to do better in your life and in every area of your life. That whatever skill you think you're not qualified to do, or that you're not able to do it, that you now will see yourself in a different light. The way God sees you, powerful, beautiful, and excellent, that you begin to see yourself in that way. This is all I wanted to share with you. The lesson that you can learn from failing and to make money out of it. So thank you all so much for watching. God bless you. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and subscribe, fam. Subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you all once again, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.